Hey folks, how you doing? This is Wayne S. Pierce for the American Liberty Radio Network. How are ya? Hey, just wanted to drop a podcast to you, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, yes. Wanted to get something out. Wanted to put it out there and, let people see what's going on. Earlier today, there was an active shooter in San Bernardino County. Some news reports say there were 3 shooters and one is dead because the cops shot him. I don't know if that's true. I'm still trying to follow up on this. But I want to say this. If, for any reason whatsoever, you think that anything that I talk about is a conspiracy theory, you better think again. Because at the same time that this shooting was happening, there was a drill by law enforcement about the same type of situation and scenario. So for anybody to say that it doesn't relate, that there's no connection to any of it, you have got to be one stupid person. Now, if for some reason you cannot grasp the fact that you're wrong, not my problem. Brian Lang over at LiveTruthRadio.com spells it out perfectly, and I will read what he wrote. I'm going to try to leave out the curse words and everything. Brian Lang at LiveTruthRadio.com says, and he put this up 20 minutes ago. It's the 2nd of December 2015. It is now, I do want to preface this. People better listen. Because if you haven't got a clue, you need one. Brian Lang from LiveTruthRadio.com said, okay, I'm getting more and more pissed off as each day goes on. If y'all think this crap is funny, if y'all think you're effing cute being the freaking cowards that you are, being the cowards that you are, the following statement might not even make sense to you. And he goes on to say, but I'm a warrior that believes in God and country and family and loved ones. You mess with any of these, and I'm ready. This has to be done. You'd better not even hope I catch up with you, because I'll tear you a new butthole. One that God will only be able to fix for your cowardly, no good, in the shadows, snake asses. Make no mistake, or misjudgment. Don't F with any of what I previously mentioned, or wrath cometh your way, period. Okay? And I seriously believe that. Now, he's condensed a whole bunch of stuff together, a lot of thoughts into one little frame. But I agree. Someone responded to him by saying the enemy is on the move, and I'm not talking just ISIS and the bullcrap going on in the world. It's a spiritual attack. Put on the full armor of God, believers, and get ready to ride. And he goes on to say in response to that, I ain't BSing one bit. Things that have recently happened in my life, what's been going on in this country, just has me at the point of kicking some effing ass and forgetting the names, or even that they are even human. In my eyes, they aren't. They're all full of effing evil, and I'll be there to kill if I have to. I'm done effing around and being an effing nice guy all the effing time. Done. And F anyone that has messed with my happiness, this country's prosperity and its righteousness. It's time for righteous anger to be common amongst real patriots and friends and family. F anyone and all that will disturb the righteousness under that God has given us. Now, aside from the F-bombs in that, I want to say this. I totally and absolutely agree. If you even mess with this country knowing full well where we stand, yeah, we'll bury you. Or we'll just leave your carcass out in the desert and let the vultures have dinner. Problem number one, we have this thing called, I say thing, called the President of the United States, who's nothing more than a sham. It's nothing more than a Muslim Brotherhood member. I use that in air quotes. And he doesn't give a rip about you or anybody but himself and the people that handle him. He doesn't care. Why should he? Why should he? If at some point he actually gets a clue and changes his mind and repents under, extreme conditions, we'll still have to watch him like a hawk. But I got to tell you this much. I don't think that, and I could be wrong about this next statement, but I don't think he's going to be leaving office in 2017. I really don't. I could be wrong, and I hope he does, but I don't think so. He's too much of a commodity to the Middle East. Oh, do you think we run the Middle East? No. Do you think we have an advantage in the Middle East, in Iraq and Israel and Palestine? Do you even think that we have an advantage in that area? No, we don't. No. What we have is we have a situation in this country where people like you and I, let's just put it this way. To the people that listen to my podcast, they know, they understand. I'm excluding them, including myself. I see other people in this situation looking at the rest of the world and saying, oh, everything's just fine. We'll just have to vote to get those people out, to get the right people in. I hear that a lot. Let me point something out to you. Nobody is worth a damn out there right now. The front runner, Donald Trump, is saying everything right, is doing everything right, but he's putting up his own money, which of course the elites hate because that's the advantage Donald Trump has over the rest of the field of candidates. Okay? If anything, he's going to be the front runner for a very long time. If nothing else happens, if nobody else drops out, he's going to be president. I could be wrong. But the fact of the matter is that he's saying all the right things and doing all the right things. Does that mean that, is he a puppet for the elites? Is he a puppet for the Republican Party? I don't think anybody can tell at this point. I really don't. I don't think anybody can tell. What is the Republican Party? What is the Democratic Party? Can you find the one single thing in those parties that is the strong link in that chain? Can you? I think by observing what's going on, I think we have a good assessment of how things are. I don't think I don't think people are that stupid. I think they can understand what's going on, and I think that they've already made their decisions as far as who they want for president. But you have to look at the situation as a whole. You have to look at the situation honestly and openly with severe transparency as much as you can find. And you have to understand that there's a lot at stake. And the risks that we take as individuals and groups of individuals called we the people are there, and we have to understand them, and we have to understand those risks. But the people that are siding with the Democratic fascist and Obama are just sitting there waiting, wringing their hands, saying, oh, look, the people are going to do something, and then they're going to slap us down. Okay? We don't want that. I don't want that. But I do know that at some point, it's going to happen. Are we going to run away in defeat? No, we're going to stand up because we are resilient people. And we're going to do what we can to take care of the situation and solve the problem. Okay? So when you have people like Barack Obama in the office of the presidency, catering to his Muslim friends and his elitist handlers, yeah, what could go wrong in that scenario, right? I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I do know that things are getting out of hand. I do know that you're going to wake up one day and go outside to get in your car to go to work, and immediately you're going to sit there or you're going to stand at the door and you're going to realize that nothing seems familiar anymore. And whose fault is that? I don't think it's anyone's fault. I think the people who stand up for themselves, think for themselves, do for themselves are the stronger of many. And I think those who work to keep their head above waters and support their family and all of that, I think they are honorable. They are in honorable positions to do so. But they're not going to make it. Then you have the severe and utterly poor, and you see them on the street all the time. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, we have to do what we believe in our hearts is right. We can't force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. We just got to be kind and gentle and hopefully supportive and encouraging. But we can do something. Looking around and reading Brian Lang's message to everybody, saying, what he said, I look at it this way. He's right, and more people need to say that. He's right, and more people need to get off their duff and go out and take care of the situation the best way they know how, by any means necessary. But we also have to understand that we have to understand that we will have opposition. And that opposition is nothing more than the illegal, unconstitutional executive actions, executive orders, and laws coming out of Washington, D.C. That's what's going to trip us up if we're not aware of it. So there you go. Bottom line is pay attention, be aware. Look around, listen to people, watch what's going on. The drill, the shooter drill that was happening in San Bernardino County was there, but there was an active shooter in San Bernardino County. Is it coincidence that the drill was staged to represent the same scenario that actually took place? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, in the words of a famous 20th century philosopher, something can be done about it. We have to really search and find those areas that we know we need to be in for the sake of our families, for the sake of this country, for the sake of everybody around us. And if that means taking up a defensive position against the tyranny in our own backyard, that's exactly what we do. That's exactly what we do. But look at what's going on. Look at what's going on. Examine what is going on. By doing that, you'll know what your next step should be. So, anyway, I wanted to put this out here. I just wanted to share with you those things, those thoughts that I have about this whole school shooting business and all of that. Because it is important. I wanted to share with you my views of it because, well, people are going to come by to you and give you their views of it. But I want you to know that yes, this happened. This is going to lead to a very dark place. The shooting in San Bernardino County. And we have to be prepared for that, for darkness to happen. So remember that. We oftentimes and possibly do at a consistent level forget who we truly are. And as we go through our lives, we are frustrated at the fact that we're not doing what we know we should be doing. Well, what is that you're sure you should be doing instead of what you're doing right now? Okay. What is that one thing that says, you know what, I'm not comfortable here? Okay. What's that? And I say K a lot, sorry. Sound like Mr. Mackey. Drugs are bad, okay? What is that one incident that has caused you to rethink everything in your life to bring yourself to a position of, basically where you're at today? What is it? I oftentimes look at my life and look at my past and say, you know what? I am so glad I'm alive. Have you ever done that? We look out at the world and we see what's going on in the United States of America and we ask ourselves, what can I do about it? There's really not a whole lot that I can do. I don't have the resources and we need to do that, and I hear all of these voices out there, screaming, what are we going to do about this? Or screaming, you should do something about this. And the bottom line is no one has ever gotten to the point where they're going to lift a finger to do anything to stop this regime. Oh, I hear talk all the time. I hear people talking all the time. Oh, if I was president, I'd do this, blah, 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 blah. No, if you were president, you'd be the congressman's whipping boy. Congress doesn't care about the president. Congress used to tell the president what to do. Now the president tells Congress what to do. That's not the way to go. That's not America. That's not a republic. That's a tyranny. That's a dictatorship. Obama has set himself up as a pseudo dictator. He's fully tyrannical, but he set himself up as a pseudo-dictator. Now, as I said earlier, I may have said it, but let me say it here. I saw an interview with Donald Trump on the Alex Jones show, which is kind of surprising to see that. But I heard Donald Trump and I saw Donald Trump talk about what he would do as president. And you know what? I'd be more scared of what Donald Trump can do with his own money than what taxpayers have done for the last 8 years in this country. And if Donald Trump was president, yeah, I don't think we'd have the problems we have now. But then again, I could be wrong. So we look at the world, we look at the situations in America, and we look at what we can and cannot do. We look at our capabilities. And let me tell you something, we've been intellectually castrated for many, many years. We've been systematically torn apart because the elites in California and in Nevada and elsewhere do not want people to have freedom and liberty. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So, what are you going to take away from this mini podcast here? Look at the situation that's out there right now. Examine who you are, where you're at, what you're doing, and then ask yourself this. Am I doing what I am supposed to be doing? Now, a lot of people would tell me, well, it's not about what you want to do, it's about what you need to do. That's absolutely true. Okay? That's absolutely true, all right? Now, here's something else. If we look at the world around us and we examine the things that are going on, and if we find a plan, make a plan, create a plan to stop the craziness that's going on even in our local districts, could we? Could we? I'd say yes, we could. Yes, we could. Something can be done about it. If all the changes that you want to make do not first flow through the approval status of we the people, it ain't going to work. So look at we the people. Look at what we want. Create a new republic of, by, and for the people. Get rid of this stupid democracy bullcrap. And make it happen. Donald Trump is running on the Republican ticket. But I heard him on the Alex Jones say what he said. You can go look in the archives of Infowars.com. Or find it on YouTube. It's usually on YouTube later. You can possibly find it now. Just search for Infowars, Alex Jones, Donald Trump. Actually, you can go to Infowars channel on YouTube. It's probably on there. So what do we do? Well, I can tell you straight up right now that I have never seen so many cowards in one place. I haven't. America, land of the free, home of the brave. No, it's more land of the greed, home of the slave. And I also see this, and here's my last bit for this podcast. If we were really the strongest nation in the world, do you think that we would have even gotten this far with this crap in the last 8 years? I'll tell you what happened. It's real simple. The past regimes, the past administrations pretty much cut the military off from doing what they needed to do. And that's the problem. So with the tyranny in America, with the fascism in America, with Obama trying to create a third world country in America, with Mexico and Canada doing what they do, and Canada's our friend, Mexico is our sort of kind of tenuously our friend as well. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I think all in all, it boils down to this. Keep your eyes focused on the goal. Freedom, liberty, security, and peace in this nation. That's the goal. Keep your eyes on the goal and do everything you can to achieve it. I mean, seriously. Why not? Oh, and let me point this next statement straight at those who think that I'm a right-wing nut job, conspiracy theorist, I'm paranoid. Let me direct this right at you. You obviously don't give a crap about the United States of America, nor the Constitution and Bill of Rights, nor the Declaration of Independence. So why don't you pack your crap and get the hell out of the United States of America? Okay? That's just as simple as that. Pack your crap and get the hell out. Many, many years ago, I believe it was in the Reagan administration, there was perestroika and glasnost. And the wall came down in East Germany, 1989, I believe it was. East meets West. There was a unified Germany. Well, guess not. Guess what? It's not so much unified as it is toleration. But as our relationships with Russia got better at that time, there were flaws in the agreements that they made. Much like there is flaws in this current regime that we have in 2015 under Obama. There's flaws everywhere. But they know it and they understand it. Are they stopping it? Probably not. Probably not. But it's time that we, the people, stand up and say, we've had enough of this crap. We want a new republic. It's time we, the people, stand up, rush Washington, D.C., and just take over. Shades of the Bolshevik Revolution. Is that such a good idea? I believe that the Provost Marshal of the United States of America, and correct me if I'm wrong, can walk right into the White House with the President and Vice President and say, sirs, you are under arrest for violation of your constitutional duties and crimes against humanity. Correct me if I'm wrong, if he's unable to do that. If he's not, just correct me if I'm wrong. I'm okay with it. So, folks, I don't know what else to tell you. I didn't take a break because I had this on my mind and I wanted to make sure I got it out. So, in the meantime, folks, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, email me. Ask me any question. No question is off limits. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. It's that simple. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Go to the website at AmericanLibertyRadio.com. That's AmericanLibertyRadio.com. There's more to come right there. You can check it out. Go to Spreaker.com and check out American Liberty Radio Network. Yes, Spreaker.com. So anyway, talk to you folks later. Enjoy your weekend, the rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you folks later. American Liberty Radio Network, sharing the truth, one fact at a time, without all the BS. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Contact us at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com or go to our website at AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com.